Man, OG7 back here. Welcome back to the channel, guys, where you know for a fact over here, I give it to you real and raw and tough as steel. So you, my friend, know the deal. You can never, ever, 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 ever say to anyone,
"Hey man, nobody ever told me. I didn't know. Therefore I was ignorant."
because you can go anywhere else for the lies, but here I'm going to give you the truth, baby boy. So this way, you can make informed decisions, because in this life, it comes down to two things, my friend. Don't be fooled. It comes down to the decisions you make and the actions you take, every little thing you do. Because everything means something. That's why I tell my lovely girlfriend, Yoni, dude. And I'm going to tell you why I talk to her a lot, dude. She's the most kindest person I've ever met. But don't be fooled, guys, over here, man, in Southeast Asia. It's a stark contrast from America and other places I've been, man. Let's say westernized cultures. Here's why. You have the very rich and powerful. I'm not going to say they're corrupt because, you know, Asians get bent out of shape when you say bad things about their country, but there's corruption everywhere. But you have the very rich and powerful. They're so rich and powerful. You wonder to yourself, man, how they get that rich and powerful? So I don't know if they was born into money, connections. I don't know. I don't care. It don't affect me. Money doesn't impress me anymore, dude. As long as I got enough money to do what I want to do when I want to do it. But then on the other end of the spectrum, you have abject poverty so bad you can't imagine it. Imagine the most backwater hillbilly living dude in West Virginia from the movie Deliverance, with the inbred hillbillies living off the land, hermits, man, hunting and fishing. They don't got running water, electricity. There's places like that in America. They don't have health care. They living off of what, mom's home remedies. They don't even know about cell phones. I'm telling you, there's some communities in America, dude. If you travel, get outside of your hood, your barrio, travel, see the world, so you start understanding there's people that live differently from you. And I think, fortunately, you know, she's from an impoverished area. It's called the province. It's like living in the jungles, let's say, or the forest. So she grew up being self-sufficient, man, learning how to get coconuts and to plant their own food and eat it and live off the land, and, you know, knowing what leaves and vegetables to eat, man, and how to be very thrifty and frugal, not having electricity. This is a kind of a cool thing because she's very hands-on. Where she's lacking is the understanding of being around people from different walks of life. And just because everything that glitters isn't gold, my friend. So I'm just trying to tell you, I've seen some poverty where you got people that's born deformed, dude, and people have diabetes, and they die early over here, dude. Some people die in their teens and 20s because they don't have medical care. I'm just sharing with you, dude. Like, you get to appreciate, you know, most people in America, like, even if you're poor, let's say you're below the poverty line, man, I'm telling you, guys, you live better than 80% of the people, like in Africa and Brazil and the DR and the Southeast Asia and Venezuela, even Mexico, bro, because they don't have the infrastructure of, like, welfare, the government programs, HUD, Housing Urban Development, what's that called, man, Section 8. They don't have those free food programs, free medical clinics. They don't have none of that. So I'm just sharing with you, be very fortunate. Even if you don't have everything you see the people have on Instagram and TikTok and all these other places when they lying to you, because it's been found most of these influencers be renting shit and making videos they rented, and then they give you to purchase their bullshit programs, and they just use it to rent more shit to fake more people. What's that got to do with the topic of today's video, man, is this, guys. You want to be very thankful and practice this. It's called an attitude of gratitude. Every day that you wake up, even if you're living in the worst trailer park, a barrio, or a hood, wake up and be thankful you have another breath of life, and say this affirmation after me, guys. If it's to be, it's up to me, and every day that Almighty God or Allah or Buddha or the aliens give me a breath of life, I'm going to use all my power to seek out teachers and mentors and leaders that can help me to get where I want to go, to help me get out of my impoverished situation. Because let me tell you something, guys. If you continue to do the same thing day after day and expecting different results, this is insanity. If any of my message resonates with you youngsters, you middle-aged dudes, man, you guys in the prime of your life, heck, even you OGs and you silver surfers, you want to change your life, let me tell you something. It's never too late until the fat lady sings at your funeral. Until then, you got to get back. Seek out a mentor or a teacher or a leader or somebody who can give you the keys to the kingdom. Because sometimes, dude, let me tell you something. If you never lived in San Jose, they got these horse races. And I learned this from Brian Tracy. The prize money between first place and second place is tenfold. So I'll give an example. First place, man, might win $100,000 and second place wins $10,000 and third place is the $1,000. And you might say that's exponential, but the difference from the winner to the loser is 1/1/10 of a second, dude. Is that? So sometimes you guys, man, is on the right path. You just need somebody to help you tweak your life or your path or your goals. It's just like you're trying to make bread, dude. And you got the flour and the fucking butter and the water, bro, but you don't have the yeast. Sometimes you just need one ingredient or one word of wisdom an OG can tell you. That's why I asked you guys to come over here with an open mind, even if I trigger you. Sit down, relax, take a step back, and just say, man, can I learn from this dude, even though you might not agree? And then, man, my friends, we have a symbiotic relationship. It's called the Mastermind Group. And we put our brains together to help you to troubleshoot your life so you can live your best life how you define it. So without further ado, we're going to get into the topic of today's video, which is going to be a mind-expanding experience for most of you guys, because I got 63 years of experience on this life to help you youngsters understand that the older you get and the more shit you see and experience, the wiser you are, even if from osmosis or living vicariously through somebody else, because you get to see a lot of shit, and that's why travel is important. Without further ado, the topic of today's video is Booty Warrior, Purple Passion, cornered me in the laundry room and told me he could take my cheeks whenever he wanted. So I want to share something with you guys as I'm having to apply for these different exit visas. And Lord Whiskey was right, man. The longer you stay in a foreign country and you're providing what's called income, dude, or bucks, or what's it called, man? You're providing commerce to the country. They don't want you to leave. They try to have all these loopholes that have you stay longer just so they can get money. Oh, you got to buy this. You got to get that. You got to get that to leave. You got to get this background check. You got to get these fingerprints. It's okay, man. It is what it is, man. Because you know what, man? You got to take the good with the bad, baby. But as I'm sitting here and I'm dealing with all these different people, man, who have all these different agendas trying to get me to stay here when I don't want to be here in the morning. I'm trying to get home to my mom to help her. It helps me to reflect back to different situations I had in prison because, dude, when I left prison, I put it all behind me. But then after I met Big Hurt and he likes prison stories, I start going back into the recesses of my mind. And that's why my channel is different from anybody else's. I'm telling you my experience as a non-affiliated loner, square dude, military dude, college-educated dude that just got caught up, dude, in the mean streets, man, and made some bad choices. But one thing I learned, man, if you can learn from your mistakes, you can make new mistakes, but don't repeat the same mistakes. So I start flashing back, man. I want to tell you about the story, man, when Booty Warrior Purple Passion cornered me in the laundry room and told me he could take my cheeks anytime he wanted. Because let me tell you something about maximum security prisons that I've been in. I can only speak about where I've been. It wasn't band camp, skip to Malou, my darling camp, holding hands, swinging to the daisies camp. I didn't know nobody. I'm a mixed race dude. I couldn't ride with nobody. I'm not from a hood or a barrio. I had smoked some fools inadvertently. People had a price on my head. So my story is different from all these other prison channels that make a ha prison is a cool place to be. It's not. Maximum security prison is a demonic place with some demented, psychotic, Luciferian, satanic worshiping, evil motherfuckers that's not even, they're subhuman, man. Like, I'm going to tell you something. Hey, man, there's some people that's meant to be locked up in prison or insane asylum for the criminally insane, never let out because they're, I'm telling you, they're a menace to society for real. This ain't no movie. This is real life. So let me tell you the story because I want to explain to you, man. When I was in maximum security prison, I'm trying to explain to you youngsters who come on here talking about, oh, gee, I watched your latest kickboxing video, your Muay Thai video. You couldn't punch your way out of a wet paper bag. So remember this, guys. Look at me right now, guys. Whatever you think about me, let's be honest. Let's be non-judgmental. Let's be unbiased. Just look at me, guys. I'm 63. Right now, I'm 6'2". I'm currently weigh 220 pounds. I just did a competition, man. A men's physique competition. I'm still training in Muay Thai kickboxing. I'm running with my girlfriend. We doing yoga, body weight exercises, bro. So at 63, I got arthritis, man. I got broken arms, legs. My TMJ, my jaw's been broken twice. My nose is broken. I fractured my occipital lobe. I got ringing in my ears. I'm doing the best I can, but let's be honest, guys. Even if you're in your 20s and if you're a teenager in your 30s, just in your mind, play a game with me, you game players. Maybe you need to hit some weed. I'm not promoting drug use, but you're going to smoke weed anyway. You lean, smoking, drinking motherfuckers, fentanyl sniffing motherfuckers with ecstasy, pill popping, whatever you're doing. And let your mind wander, dude, and you have to learn to use creativity and to fast forward yourself. You're 60 years old. How do you imagine or envision yourself to be? And I'm here to tell you, whatever you imagine and envision, first of all, you have to make it to be 60. Second of all, you have to look at your current physical state, your mentals. If you're not actively cage fighting and doing martial arts competition, full contact karate, man, and full contact taekwondo and boxing, combat sports, you're not actively running, doing body weight exercise, bar stars work, powerlifting and bodybuilding. Hey, man, what you're doing is you're fooling yourself, man. I'm 63 doing this. If I look this like this at 63 and I can do my punching and kicking, whatever you guys say is wimpy, I can't punch my way. Take it back 30 years. I'm in prison when I'm 30 years old, bro. So if I'm looking at this like this at 63 and I can punch and kick and still grapple, yeah, maybe you clown me, I can't do it to your level, but here's what you got to understand. Use your creative, man, imagination and imagine yourself at 63. Are you going to be able to do what I can do? And if you can't fathom it, because it's hard, let me tell you something. When you're in your teens or 20s, it's hard to imagine yourself 63 because most people you see are decrepit. Some of your homies never lived that long. Maybe you never see even the old person in your hereditary lineage that old. So then let's do the opposite. Imagine me at 29 years old, my friend. 29 years old. I'm in the military, running every day, doing bodyweight exercises, shooting my weapons, practicing with our batons and shit, and knife training, fighting. I'm going to martial arts competitions. I'm a national level powerlifter, state level bodybuilder, state level martial arts champion. I'm a bouncer and a bodyguard, dude. A male stripper and a masseuse. Imagine that. And every weekend I'm going to a competition fighting. Then I go to maximum security prison. So the execution you see in my current kickboxing videos, Muay Thai boxing, I'm sharing that with you to share my life and be honest. But for those of you who want to critique my technique and my punching power, my coordination, I'm 63. I got an AARP card, dude. I'm a fucking senior citizen, but for the sake of me trying to help you youngsters understand, you OGs in the comment, anybody over 40 watching this video, comment to the youngsters. The body you have at 25 and at 15 and 25 and 35 is different when you're 45 and 55. So all I'm asking you before you make your negative comments again about my kickboxing videos, my Muay Thai, my Eskrima videos, if you don't have the emotional fortitude or the emotional maturity to forward yourself, wow, how I'm going to be at 63. Then reverse back, you see me now at 63. Imagine how I was at the fucking 30, bro. Or 33 or 23. Imagine that in your mind. And then, my friend, if you don't throw up and curl up in the fetal position, sucking on your thumb with your finger in your ass, then you're a deluded, ignorant motherfucker who's never been around a real savage. So without further ado, let me take you back in memory lane. I'm 30 years old, man, 6'4", 285 pounds, 5% body fat. national level powerlifting champion, state level bodybuilding champion, state level martial artist, and a boxer and a kickboxer, and a competitive martial artist and a bouncer and a bodyguard, bro. I fear no man. I just fear Almighty God. So I'm in maximum security prison. So let me take you down memory lane. In maximum security prison, level 4, New Folsom, I quickly built a bad reputation for standing up to Chocolate Thunder, the 6'8", 360-pound booty bandit, the first night we were cellies on the main line. So I explained to you a couple of times when you first get to San Quentin, shipping and receiving. Dude tried to stab me because I had shot his uncle and unalived him. I got an involuntary manslaughter. His nephew was there in his 20s. He's trying to prove his stripes, prove his medals. When I hit the main line, he tried to stab me. He stabbed me in my side when I blocked it. I got a cut here on my hand and I took it and I gave him a tracheotomy. Being that I'm in the reception receiving level 5 anyway, dude, there was no shoe. They just locked me in my cell by myself. But motherfuckers know this dude's got a particular set of skills. So this is the up north dudes. So then they sent me to New Folsom because my points is so high, man. I think my points was like I think I had 52 points. If those of you know the point system in California, my points was high. They sent me with dudes that got life, double life, triple life, life without, 75 to life, 100 years to life, the death penalty. New Folsom was a savage place back then, dude. So when you get to New Folsom, you go to what's called receiving as well. And then they, are you a gang member? Let me see your background, all that. And they're supposed to put non-affiliated gang members with non-affiliated gang members, but they don't care. Man, they put me in a motherfucking cell, man. With Chocolate Thunder, even though my jacket stated I'm not affiliated and I'm gang unfriendly. They have my track record from the Sacramento County Jail, Salinas County Jail, Monterey County Jail, where I'm not trying to be offensive, guys. I don't like gang members because they're followers. Even the shot callers do just manipulate people who have weak brains. And they got daddy issues, man. And I'm trying to help you youngsters understand. I'm trying to help you be a psychologist and troubleshoot your life. Why I want to be a gang member? Why I want to follow a homosexual who uses drugs? You got daddy issues, just so like a girl can have daddy issues. You can have mommy and daddy issues. You're looking for love and leadership in the wrong places, man. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying you're wrong or it's bad. I'm just saying you've fallen the wrong people. So in my jacket, ever since I moved to California when I lived in New York, I'm not gang friendly. A motherfucker's a gang member, I ain't got shit to say to you. I cross the street. I do evading and avoidance because, dude, if you confront me, man, I'm going to rip your head off because you's a pussy and a bitch. Even if you got a strap, because all you used to doing is shooting a ninja's face off. You ain't never had to put these things up. I was brought up on these things as a light-skinned, pretty motherfucker, man. I had to fight every day, 7, 8 times a day. I love throwing these things. I'm good at it. Don't matter what the youngsters say. This is just my life. It's like in the movie Troy when the girl says to, why'd you choose to become a great warrior? This is just my life. I was talking to my homie Amin. We do coaching calls, man. We do mastermind group. And he understand he's a tall, light-skinned dude. He say, man, if you're a tall, light-skinned dude, put a 1 in the comments. If you just walk into the store, or you walk into school, or you trying to get on the bus and the dark-skinned dude tell me, hey, man, give me your seat, man. Give me your lunch pail. Just because they dark, they think that the darker the skin, the closer they are to the African kings, and they think you're a watered-down version, man. So they don't respect light-skinned dudes. So that's been all my life. I've been fighting just because motherfuckers want to fight. I don't start them. But I got good at fucking dudes up. So, you know, my jacket stated that I'm non-affiliated, I'm gang unfriendly. The fucking guards moved me, man, from Chocolate Thunder's cell, man. And they put me in a cell with a known fucking active Los Angeles Blood gang member. So for those of you who don't know the story, man, just search Big Herc's channel. It's called Chocolate Thunder Wanted My Cheeks. They put me in the cell with Chocolate Thunder because the guards don't like me, man. Because I talk shit to them, man. Fuck you, I'm already locked up. I wasn't following rules on the street, fuck you. But they beat it out of me. They let me know, you're going to mind somebody in here. I've seen guards kill inmates. So then I learned very quickly because I hadn't been to prison in a while. But wow, they kill now in California. They kill you. and say you tried to murder a guard. So I learned very quickly. But anyway, man, my first night on the main line after I came from classification, they put me in Chocolate Thunder's cell. And for those of you that haven't been to Big Herc's channel, when the lights went out, it was final count. He just told me, "You sure are a pretty high yellow man." And I was like, "Dude, why are you telling me that?" Hey man, I'm a big 6'8", 360-pound, purple dark, fucking ashy chocolate dude. You the finest, closest thing to a fine woman I'm ever gonna say. I got double life. I ain't never getting out, and I'm going up in your butt cheek because you make me horny. So I had to tell him, motherfucker, man, dude, I ain't gay, motherfucker, and I will give my life to take your bitch ass life so you don't fuck nobody else. Cause I watched the movie Ninja Assassins. When the ninja dude hit the Russian dude in his neck, man, let me tell you something. When somebody hits you in your neck, dude, you got 5 minutes before you bleed out. So instead of being bitch going, "Oh my God, my neck, I'm dying," just take it out and see. Let me see how you like it. Grab them by their hair, pull their head to the side, and stick them in the neck, stick them into the neck, stick them into the neck until you pass out from loss of blood, and then you tear their head off, and you guys is going to meet Buddha and all together. Fuck you, man. I'm not a coward. I'm not dying by myself because you chose to end my life. Then guess what? You taking that ride with me, baby. I'm giving you a free one-way ticket to fucking hell. Fuck you. So anyway, Chocolate Thunder was a lifer. He told the guards, "Nah, this ain't gonna work. Move dude out of my cell." Lifers run the prison. Man, the guards is just there to visit. The lifers live there, motherfucker. Lifers know where your family lives, where your wife works, where your kids go to school, man. Lifers run the prison, run the drug trade on the street. They run murders on the street. There's hits from prison on the street. Trust me. You youngsters need to wake up. That's why you want to square up. So Chocolate Thunder had me move, and the guards already know this dude ain't gang friendly. He's not affiliated. He don't like gamers. They put me in a cell with this fucking blood dude, even though my jacket stated otherwise. They moved me from Chocolate Thunder's a known booty bandit, man, to the motherfucking cell with a known active Los Angeles blood member. And the problem, man, is we was on lockdown, and this is the problem, and I'm gonna calm down. And I'm not trying to be racially divisive, but what I've noticed about the Mexicans, man, even though they ride against each other, the northern Mexicans and the southern Mexicans, they don't like each other, even though some related. The southern Mexicans got all these different gangs from East LA, this San Diego, this place that way, Norwalk, Corona. And on the street, they might have beef when they get to prison. The shot callers, man, the Mexican mafia that runs the southern Mexicans telling them, "Hey, Holmes, in here, you put our differences aside. We must unite as one familia, Holmes. Comprende? And anybody who don't sabe what I'm saying, Holmes, you're going to meet El Diablo, because we don't play in here, Holmes." So all the southern Mexicans get in line and ride together. All the northern Mexicans get in line and ride together. But the blacks, and I'm not picking on them, even the Woods get in line and ride together. The blacks is always fighting. The Crips and Bloods, man, they always fighting each other. Even some of the Crips be fighting each other, dude. Some of the Bloods fight each other. I'm telling you what I seen. You can make all your comments you want. I've been to maximum security. I seen it, and I was asking the Bloods, like, "Oh, I thought all the Bloods got together." No, the Northern Bloods don't like, the Southern Bloods don't like the Northern Bloods. They trying to tell us what to do. Nobody tell us what to do, my man. And they can't, so the Mexicans watch. And when y'all fighting each other, then they attack you. So New Folsom was on lockdown because the Crips and Bloods was going at it. They put me in the fucking blood cell. And this motherfucking man, this Los Angeles blood gang member, man, he's making a fucking shake in the middle of the night after final count. I wake up to this shh, 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 shh. And I'm thinking, because in New Folsom, they got rats and shit running around and mice. And I'm thinking, they dig through the walls, man. Rats got very powerful claws. I think, is that a rat? And I'm on the top bunk. I look down. I see dude, shh, 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 shh. And he's looking and shh, shh. He's trying to be quiet. And I'm like, "Hey, my man, you making a shake down there?" He's like, "Hey, my man, you need to mind your own business." I said, "Man, check this out, homie. I ain't in your business, but dude, I'm your Sally, man. And from what I understand, if the hoarders or the cops do a fucking random cell search, man, and the shank's found in there, and you don't own it, I'm going to get a year in the shoe, and you're going to get a year in the shoe, man, for manufacturing the weapons." So all I'm saying, homie, you handle your business. But if it's a random search, man, you own that. He said, hey, big homie, I'm telling you, mind your own business, shut the fuck up, because when it's unlocked, man, and we did us off a fucking lockdown, I'm going to have my shit ready to put some working on them Crips that killed my homie. So you need to mind your own motherfucking business. I'll put some working on you. So I was like, all right, dog, you right. So I act like I was going back to sleep, man. I even faked like I was snoring because I had sleep apnea in prison because I was big as hell, man. Now I'm down to like 220 now. I like this weight better. I can run and jump and do burpees and plyometrics and pull-ups and dips and bodyweight exercise, and I can kick higher. My cardio's good. I was like, it's all good. So he putting his head down. You know, you got to look to make sure it's sharp on both edges. So I jumped down on his motherfucking back and broke his ribs and stomped him, talking about, man down, officer. You got a stupid-ass clown in here, officer. And come and get him before he drown in his blood, officer. So the officers opened the door up. He had the shank in his hand, so I ain't got to tell on nobody, motherfucker. You dumb motherfucker. So then they put me in the shoe again, man. I'm used to going to the shoe. I like it in the shoe. So let me tell you how it works in New Folsom. When I was there, they had 3 yards, man. The A yard, the B yard, the C yard, from what I understand. What I remember. I'm just trying to recollect it. So when I came out the shoe, they put me on another yard, dude. So then let me tell you how it works in New Folsom Max Security Prison, man. They send kites, man. So the Bloods was like, I think the dude was like a lieutenant. I forget his name. I don't remember these gang members' names. Little Poopy, Blood Dude, Poopy, Power Root, Poopy in my butt. I don't give a fuck what your name is, homie, because you a coward to me. You were lost and turned out. You got daddy issues. You're looking for the love in the wrong places, man, because your mama was there and she left. You're right. Your daddy was there and he left. You're right. Nobody's telling you what's right. You're right. Whatever the military sings, motherfucker cadence. So, man, I get to the yard, man, and the fucking LA Bloods, hey, Blood, can we talk to you for a minute about what? And they come up to me on the weight pile, man. Hey, man, we heard what you did over there on B yard. That was unauthorized. I'm like, man, who the fuck is you to tell me what's authorized? You from up north. What about it? Yeah, up north, rap with them. I don't rap with nobody. So then I'm just being honest with you guys. I want to be transparent. I had did some time in the Sacramento County Jail, man. I shot a dude in Oak Park, man. Self-defense. But I left the crime scene, so they found me by my license plate, the surveillance cameras or whatever, high-speed chase, whatever. You know, if you put a 100 in the comment, I'll tell you the story. Because you guys like prison stories. You don't like street stories, so I'm just trying to give you what you want. So anyway, I was in the Sacramento County Jail. I was still in the military. And this big Crip dude talking about, hey, cuz, you got to pay rent to sit over there on this fucking still little metal, what's it called, a seating area. And I was like, dude, I missed my wife. I just came back from combat. I was shot in combat, dude. I'm on medical leave. I wanted to see my wife and my new baby. I'd never been to Sacramento. I didn't know Oak Park and Del Paso Heights was the wrong place to get gas. Motherfucker tried to rob me. I shot him with his own weapon, man. And I'm saying, hey, my man, I ain't here for playing none of this bullshit. Hey, cuz, don't you know I'm cripped out, cuz, low crip killer? And he come up to me while I'm sitting down, this little stupid, silly motherfucker, man. So I went ahead, man, I just fucking front snap kicked him while I'm sitting down, and it's fucking nuts. And then his head comes down, dude. I move my head out the way, I bounce his head off the motherfucking wall, and then I use what's called a recoil. When his head's going back, I jump up and judo toss him, man. And I just start stomping the motherfucker, and I broke his arm. The cops come in, beat me, pepper spray me. I think the next day the first sergeant released me, man, because I was military property. The military's got their own, correct me if I'm wrong, Alaskan whiskey and Ivan the Great, but the military's got its own judicial system. Even if you get caught up in some shit, they release you to the first sergeant. But the Bloods saw me in there and they thinking I'm blood friendly, so I'm in New Folsom on the weight pile, and the LA Bloods like, what you did, Blood, was unauthorized. And then the Northern Bloods is like, hey, man, check this out, big dog. He's from up north. We're going to discipline in the Blood. Southern Bloods is like, yeah, make sure you do. And then the Northern Bloods is like, hey, man, what you mean you're going to discipline me? Hey, Blood, it don't work. Hey, man, I do what I want up in this motherfucker. And they's like, you from Sacramento, right? I said, I live there. Okay, man, I don't ride with nobody. Okay, OG, just calm down. We're just trying to keep, man, I don't give a fuck about no peace, man. The motherfucker was making the shank, man. And I asked him to ride it. He didn't want to ride it. Fuck him. Okay, OG, just calm down, homie. We're not trying to have no problems with nobody. Okay, long as I can lift weights, motherfucker, and I'm lifting weights with the Northern Bloods. Just to try and get my muscles on. So anyway, man, after a while, you get like good time in New Folsom. If you're on the yard for like 30 days, you don't get any more infractions. You get what's called good time. You get a work card. That allows you to get good time and you get your jobs. And then they put me in the laundry room. So the laundry room's like in a deep, dark part of New Folsom, man. They take you to these gates. Lights is flickering dark. You see this big-ass industrial laundry drums, and you put in all the whites together, so the sheets and the towels with the underwear and then the socks, and then over here is like the blue jeans and the blue jackets and then the blankets. And you wash them up, you dry them, and then you fold them. So they got me on the underwear detail because I'm the new dude. So this big, swole, 6'6", dark, purple, ashy motherfucker with big pink lips. You ever see a dark-skinned dude, but he got the pink lips? And he walking up to me and said, "Hey, my man, I heard stories about you, man, but you know what, man? There's a lot of stories in the penitentiary." I was like, "Man, who the fuck is you?" I'm 6'4", so he's 6'6", so what, man? I think motherfucker was like, let me see, man. I think the dude, I want to try to remember it. I think the dude was like 6'6", 320, and I'm 6'4", 280. And it's hard to tell the difference in weight and height when you're both tall and big. He said, "Yeah, my name is Purple Passion, man. And I just want to let you know, I hear all these stories about you doing the ping pong shit and you ain't ride with nobody, you ride by yourself." He said, "But you lucky because I can take your cheeks whenever I want them. I just let you know, I run this motherfucking yard and I'm a booty warrior. I take whoever's cheeks I want." And I told him like this, "Man, check this out, my man. I don't give a fuck who you is, man. Ain't nothing between us but air and opportunity. Go ahead and put your hands on me, man. I'm going to show you one thing for sure. You ain't going to have your hands no more, and then you're going to meet Jesus." And he started laughing. You a funny little dude, man. And let me tell you why I did that, guys, because when I was first new to maximum security prison, I was practicing what's called self-defense or counter-attacking. So the form of combat jiu-jitsu I learned, or combat jiu-jitsu and Japanese jiu-jitsu I learned, I didn't take Brazilian jiu-jitsu till I got out of prison because nobody was doing it. But I learned combat jiu-jitsu and Japanese jiu-jitsu, and you have to wait for somebody to strike you so you can counter and break their elbows and joints and then twist them up and flip them and shit and then just tangle them up, right? Japanese jiu-jitsu starts from standing up, and that's where judo comes from. The dude has to throw the punch. You evade it, break his elbow, twist it back, turn your hip into him, throw him on the ground, twist his arm, rip his shoulder, and then step on his neck. For those of you who know Japanese jiu-jitsu, man, put a 500 in the comments. It's way more deadly than Brazilian jiu-jitsu. It's from stand-up. So I always had to talk shit so a motherfucker would swing, then I can fuck him up. So he just started laughing. "You lucky little man. I just want you to know I can have you whenever I want you." So, man, I was just like, yeah, okay. But then everybody saw. I stood up to the motherfucker like, "Fuck you. Don't threaten me, motherfucker. Ain't nothing between us but air and opportunity. We can handle it." Because this is what I tell all you youngsters, man, and all you OGs. In maximum security prison, if you have to fight, man, do it out in the open, man, so everybody can see. And I don't care if the youngsters talking about, "Oh, yelling is dry snitch." Hey, I don't give a fuck. You ain't practiced martial arts. You don't know nothing about your chi and your power of your breath, dude. And using your adrenaline to fucking take a motherfucker out. There's a difference between hitting somebody like this, look, guys, yeah, and like this, yeah. Very big difference, bro. Your power of your breath, dude. Your intention. Your emotions, bro. Challenging to rip a dude's head off. Your neck is a very weak area. If you know how to twist a dude's head just right, you twist it, break it. Now the neck is broken, and then you twist it the other way, tear his head off, put your back into it, rip his head off. Your motherfucking head, pull your head up. Come on, you silly motherfuckers that don't know anatomy and physiology. Stop the video right now. Grab your head and just keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. You feel the skin ready to tear. The only thing that's stopping it is you have your spinal column, your neck. The vertebrae are intact, but if you take a dude's head, look, take your head and just twist it. When you go to a chiropractor, why is it scary? The chiropractor gets you to loosen your head, then he snaps it. If he goes too much, he can break your motherfucking neck. Once your neck is broke, that's the only thing stopping your motherfucking head from coming off, man. You guys need to learn how to do dirty fighting and rip a motherfucker's head off, man. You're not here to play. That's why you scream. It gives you the extra power of fucking Super Saiyan Thor. So once I told him that, man, I was cool and level 4 New Folsom because I stood up to Purple Passion. You talking that shit to me. You talking loud, ain't saying shit. I need you to put your hands on me, man. Then I'm going to show you, bro. I'm going to shove your head so far up your ass, dude. You're going to get to smell your motherfucking what you ate for breakfast yesterday. So, man, if you like the realness and the rawness, man, the authenticity of knowing what really goes on in maximum security prison, when 99% of the dudes up in there is gay, because most of them is lifers, and they gay for the stay, because that's where they're there all day. Then, man, thumbs up the video, man. Leave a comment, man. Letting me know what you think about standing on business, man. Saying what you mean and mean what you're saying. If you're new to the channel, go ahead, man, and subscribe to the channel. Hit the notification all bell so you know when I'm going to post the next video. Until next time, OG Silverback. Out.